What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well. Say hi and welcome to your daily dose of happiness and another self-care episode. And this morning, I'd love to talk to you guys about something I really struggle with. And I think, comment below if you struggle with this as well, is time alone. Time alone. I really struggled with that. Struggled with it for years. Absolute years. Didn't know what to do. Always fidgeting. Never always kind of thought, well, there's no purpose to this. You know, why do I need to spend time on my own? I'd much rather be with other people, right? Who can relate to that? And I never really understood what benefit that had to me from a spiritual perspective. Never really understood what that meant. And I started to then understand how powerful spending time on my own, spending time alone, what that meant and how powerful it was. You know, being able to sit on my own and have that time alone is peace. You know, is being able to reflect, is being able to take stock, you know, to be able to not beat myself up, to not punish myself. You know, it's the whole, oh no, should we put it back on? The whole purpose to having that time alone is to get to know me. I'm only going to speak for myself. It's for me to get to know me. It's for me to get comfortable with who I am as an individual. It's that time for self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-evaluation, you know, and self and personal growth. Because I understand today, and I continue to learn more and more every day, the one person you should trust 100% without fail, unconditionally, is yourself. And if you cannot trust yourself, if you do not have unconditional love for yourself, you do not have unconditional self-respect, self-love, self-care, how can you then trust anything external? Let that just sink in for a second. If you have no self-respect, self-love, self-care, how are you then going to trust any information or anything that gets given to you externally? So this is why having time alone, and I'm not talking like days on end, I'm talking about, you know, it can be minutes, it can be half an hour or an hour, it can be a day if you want to. But going out for a walk in the fresh air, and if you can hear Peppa Pig, obviously Ruby's in the room as well. So this is the reason why. It's really important to be able to do that. You know, to be able to have positive self-reflection. I think we spend so much time, and I'm huge in doing this, and I've had to really learn to not do this to myself, is to beat myself up, to always look at the negatives, to always look at, oh, you know, I did this, but I really didn't do this, and have this long list of things that I never achieved. And what I started to realize is that there is always a new day. And because there is always a new day, there is always a new opportunity. And because of these new opportunities, it means that anything that I didn't do the day before, I can then transfer it and do it the next day. But you only start to learn that. Wow, look at that. The only way you learn that is by being able to learn who you are, by being able to learn that you can trust yourself, to learn that you have faith in everything that you do. And this is why spending time alone is so important. I've said this time and time again. You come out into the world, you're born. And as you start to go through life, what is the one person you see in the mirror every single day? Every single day. You go to bed with yourself, you wake up with yourself, you brush your teeth, you're staring at yourself. When you sit down at a desk, you're with yourself. You are with yourself 24 hours a day. And if you cannot, and if you do not like who you are or love who you are, then, something needs to change. And you cannot live with hating yourself, because it's you, it's who you are. So this is why learning to spend that time alone and starting to slowly change what's up here, what the perception of yourself is. This is why time alone is also so important, that you start to realize who you really are, what your thinking is. And your thinking isn't going to kill you. Learn from your thinking, learn what's going in your head, and if you don't like it, put the things in place, put the right actions in place in order to change that. So if you don't like the way you're thinking, the way that you speak about yourself, if you call you, I used to do that, I'm so stupid, I'm such an idiot, I'm such a retard, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm such a failure, I'm never going to learn, I'm never going to grow, I'm never going to be the best, I'm never going to be this, I'm never going to be that, look at him, look at her, I'm never going to be like that. Constantly comparing and self-doubt and beating myself up. And then the more and more I started to study me, because everything starts with you. We can learn externally, but we have to self-teach by getting to know who we are. And if you don't know who you are, then it's going to be even harder for you to then learn successfully, fully, 110%, because there's always going to be a doubt, there's always going to be a fear, and there's always going to be that thinking, that noise that's always in the background that keeps telling you, that voice, oh, you're just not good enough, you're just not. I'm studying at the moment. I've started doing a course, and I'm looking at nutrition and weight management, and I've been studying and being really good with myself. So this is my time alone where I'm having to learn. And there are times when I'm looking at certain words, I don't know what they mean, and I'm looking at certain things, and the pressure straight away, I noticed this yesterday and the day before, the pressure starts to build, and I'm like, oh, you just don't know this, you don't know, you can't remember something you read a few minutes ago. But there are so many other things that I did remember, but straight away there is still that well-trodden path that still every now and then creeps in and says, you're not good enough. How am I not good enough? I've been studying a course for a week. Do you see the madness of our thinking? And it doesn't matter who we are. Everybody goes through this. So it's not about perfection. It's not about, getting it right now. It's about continuously trying and continuously getting it. And whether you get 1% or 100, it's phenomenal either way, because 1% adds up to one day becoming 100. And it's that continuous and consistent work by being able to spend that time with yourself and to learn to love and care for yourself unconditionally. So spending time alone is not I'll give it a try. It's a must. It's an absolute must. And as soon as you start to do that, and these things, the positive things start to click, and you start to put the right things in place, like I said, I talk about it all the time. Positive affirmations, gratitude, changing the way that you're thinking. Positive affirmations isn't just by going, oh, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Yeah, you can say that, but it's also about writing things down that you want to change. What do you want to change about yourself? What is it that you want to achieve? What's your goal? What's your dream? That's why time alone is so important, because this is when all this stuff starts to materialize. And if you can start to slowly switch from the negative thinking into the positive, because everything it has a transition, and we have to transition from one place to another in order to achieve everything that we want to achieve. So start slowly, 5 minutes, go and sit in a room, go out for a walk, no headphones in, just you on your own, no other distractions. Of course, there's going to be the world and things that are going on around us, but just you. Don't try to keep blocking out what's in here, because if you're blocking, then it means you're not listening. If you're not listening, you're not changing. If you're not changing, you're never going to grow. Does that make sense? So try it today. It's beautiful at the moment. The weather here is beautiful. I'm sure everywhere else in the world will be the same. Go for a walk, experience that time alone, experience yourself, breathe, fresh air, feel You know, the tingles in your body, your hair standing up, you know, feel everything that's going on around you. Feel your breath, listen to your heart, listen to that buzzing noise that sometimes we can hear when we start to kind of find peace. That's energy. That's how beautiful things are. And when you start to then uncover and discover peace, you then also start to uncover and discover new opportunities, new developments. And listen, this is why sometimes people lock themselves away and they create and create and create, because this is when we are at our most, you know, we can really channel, you know, our gifts. Being surrounded by noise and shutting things off all the time, not being able to listen to what's going on up here or ignoring it, that means you're holding yourself back. So stop holding yourself back and allow yourself to go through the experience. Let me know how it goes. Try it. It's going to be hard to start with because your brain's going to tell you, what are you doing? It's going to feel uncomfortable, but eventually, like everything else, you confirm and reaffirm to your brain positively that this is okay, we're good. And start to just listen, like you're watching your daughter play or your kids, or you're watching somebody in a park, or you're just watching the world go by. Watch and listen to your thoughts in exactly the same way. Sometimes we're going to attach, but that's okay. But then just allow and just start to kind of understand, oh, actually, where am I right now? Remember to always bring yourself into the moment, into right here and right now, and just experience. Listen, guys, have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, I cannot stress it enough. Be great, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal today. You will get so much from this. Everything that I've been go through every single video and start to put things into place. These things, I'm doing these videos every single day to help you, because these are things that we practice. I, Lucy, the people that we work with, we teach and they practice this all the time. And the people that always come back to us and say, wow, like this stuff is phenomenal, is because they do it and I'm giving it to you for free. The only thing I ask is leave your comments below, like and share. That is it. You know, I want to spread this as much as we possibly can to help as many people as we possibly can, because we all deserve this. And I'm passing it to you because one day somebody taught something to me and I've realized the power of paying things forward. So go and spend that time on your own. Find out who you truly are. I know and I believe in my heart that we all have incredible gifts. And the times that we find that is when we spend that time alone. I'll speak to you guys very soon. Take care.